Thank you for the introduction. So my name is Dora, and I'm co-founder and CEO at imagiLabs. And indeed, I'm representing Sweden. You see this little gadget here with a blinking Swedish light, and I'll tell you more about this. I also programmed on one of my first prototypes an American flag, and wanted to say a big thank you for the opportunity to coming to the States. And one of the most valuable parts of the program was being able to pitch to venture capitalists and to angel investors. But something interesting I noticed throughout the trip is that we actually pitched to about 15 individuals, and not a single one of them were female. And this is not just the case in the US. This has happened to me in Europe, and this is very common. And the truth is, I believe this is partially because today there's not so many of us women in tech. To be precise, it's less than 20%. And not that many women have started tech enabled businesses and are investing in the industry. And I believe that technology is the future. And so if we want this future to be equal, we want women to represent as much of it as men. So coming from a technical background, I've actually benefited from a lot of programs that companies, such as Google, are putting on for adult women who are already in tech. I've also worked with a lot of products that teach children coding. But what I've noticed is that there's a huge gap focusing on girls between around 12 and 16. These are the teenage years when girls decide what they want to be in the future, where they're going to study. And this gap is also a big opportunity. So I decided to tackle it. I've been working together with over 300 girls to identify what are the things that they care about, they like, and how we could bring that together with coding. We learned that self-expression is extremely important to girls, and they like to have a community around their interests. They also enjoy tangible experiences, and I learned that today's teenagers love their phones. They don't use computers so much. So this is how we came to our solution. So this is the imagiCharm. It's a smart accessory. It has a bunch of LED lights that you can program to display different colors, design, and patterns. You could code an emoji to express your feeling. Really, the limits are the sky, your creativity. If you can dream it, you can code it. You do the coding straight from your phone, which is, as I mentioned, teenagers' favorite device. We teach Python programming in our quite visual coding environment. And as I mentioned, community is important, and therefore we are focusing the whole experience around being able to share your creations, collaborate with each other, and get inspired. We also deliver educational content in a form that teenagers like to consume it. We release seasons of coding content, and this way hoping to create a new trend of binge coding. We know that this product works because we've tested it with lots of girls, and what we hear is that it's unexpectedly fun, and it's the right mix of challenge and also having a fun experience through the tangible device, which gives an instantaneous feedback and makes the experience way more real. In order to test our market and be able to produce the first batch of manufacturing products, we actually just ran a Kickstarter campaign this summer where we sold over 600 units of the imagiCharm and had around $60,000 in revenue. We also have a couple B2B customers, and over the past 12 months since we've been working full-time on this, we've collaborated with a couple incubators in Europe, and we've also part of Apple's Entrepreneur Bootcamp, where we got to revamp our design of the app, and also raised our first financing round this spring, which together with some grants we received is pushing us to production. So as I mentioned, we have this programmable accessory, but in addition to the accessory, we're going to launch our premium subscription for the educational content in our app next year. But in the long run, we see that the biggest value is really in the community and the network of the girls that we are creating who will be able to shape the future with tech, and funneling this future female tech talent will be one of our biggest competitive edges. So today we are a B2C brand, but we're looking into expanding into educational institutions, as well as through the fact that we are one of the most unique solutions to learn coding directly from your phone. We have the capability to spread globally, as phones are becoming way more prevalent than computers all around the world. So our founding team is really living and breathing our mission. We are 3 female founders, all with different technical backgrounds, and now focusing on different areas of the business. So here you can see some of our early users. These girls are on their ways to be able to shape the future with tech, and we're hoping that in about 10 years, they will be the ones starting their tech-enabled businesses, perhaps pitching in this very stage. And my biggest hope is that by that point, Some of my fellow female founders here will be past their first exits, and they will be investing them, so they'll have a different investor landscape than what I had on this trip. Thank you.